So we are Art Deco DMO. The brief for our project was to create a Art Deco vehicle with hemp materials and renewable sustainable technologies.
Our aim is to design a sports luxury sustainable daily car, and we're going to output 2 designs.
This is a benchmark of some of DMO's competitors. Where the logo is where we're trying to put our vehicle, something innovative and luxurious.
So for the mood board, we tried to get everything which was connected to the Art Deco movement, from fonts to patterns to interior design, obviously automotive.
For the DDI proposal, we have been told that we need to use hemp material, so we use hemp fabric and built on top of a hemp polymer composite. We'll use mushroom leather, bamboo, C2X technology, regenerative braking, and fingerprint ignition security.
This is some film analysis of some Art Deco vehicles. Some of the similarities are the round smooth fenders, covered rear wheels, long hoods, round headlights, big front grills, round sharp rear end, and very streamlined bodies.
Our personas are 2 young millennial professionals from the Netherlands who both want a comfortable and fast sports vehicle.
Here we made some mock-ups of the vehicle space to work out how we can make space work best. Here are some initial designs where the client liked my design of light bar, Raz's 2-tone look, and Shahid's retro design.
So these are my CAD first initial models of the first designs. On the left was to do with his design, and on the right is to do with Sasha's.
These were my initial developments of the first design. I kept the body simple, developed a light bar, and looked at backlights. From feedback, I needed to make the design more retro, so I raised the car's shoulders to make it curvier and made the light bar emphasize the curves. Here, I finalized the shape and started working more on the headlights and tail lights. Here are the 3 wheel shapes, options. First, sporty and retro. Second, modern luxury, and third, retro luxury. This is the CAD version by Cam. Here, trying to develop the front. These are the further developments. They like the idea of the concealed headlight in design 1 and 2. And here you can see how the headlight will look like when it turns. Here I'm trying to finalize the backlights. These are some of the developments that they liked, but they picked the button design as it's unusual and has Art Deco features. These are some tighter sketches showing some functions of the car. This is the package drawing showing seating positions, layout using the DMO Legend wheelbase and the BMW i. These are some of the renders for the final vehicle.
So these have been my very first sketches. At this stage I wasn't really sure which way I was going to approach, and on the next page I have my first designs, and the feedback I've got was to develop them furthermore. This is my first design. For this one I have tried to make it look a bit more heavy but still sensitive, but the feedback I've got from my teachers was that it was a bit too bulky and it does not have that Art Deco sense into it. While on the second one, I have been inspired by the harmony of the flute mixed with the continuous curves from the Art Deco movement, which was appreciated more, and I've been told to develop a render out of it. These are my first renders from my chosen design, but the feedback I've got was that after renders, my Art Deco feeling disappeared and I should simplify it a bit more. These are my simplified designs, and the chosen one was the one from the right. This is my render dashboard without the door cards. Here you can see materials such as hemp leather and aluminum, and also the HMI interface. This is my final development render, but the feedback from our tutors was that the door card couldn't fit the package because it was too large and the central console was too long, things which I have changed into the final render. This is my final interior render with the fixed door card and the shorter central console. These are my seats, front and 3/4, and on the next page I have my door card development from right to the left. This is my steering wheel design, and you can see materials such as Alcantara, hemp, leather, and aluminium. And this is the CAD model of my steering wheel made by Com.
So this was the CAD model that I did in Alias, looking at the HMI, the dashboard, the center console, and the door cards, and the process for it being built up. And to follow on, there's some renders of the interior. So this was the exterior of the CAD model, looking at the surfaces and the way it got built. And to follow, there's some exterior renders of the model.
This is our second vehicle. The first design was concentrating more on the Art Deco feel, and the second design I was looking at more of the aerodynamics. On the sketches at the top on the green were the two sketches that the clients really liked and they wanted me to combine. So I came up with concept 1 and concept 2. Concept 1, they liked the grille feature, but they said there was too much taken out the body, and concept 2 was looking a bit too aggressive. This was my first proposal. The clients weren't too keen on the design because it's lost some of the Art Deco features, such as the teardrop look on the front render. Yes. This is a final side development of the car. I brought back the teardrop look on the side, and that's the top design as well. And here we have a final front development. The bottom sketch is the final front design. And there's some rear end sketches, and the bottom left is the final design. And these are some 3/4 sketches. And this is an alternative change informed by our form analysis. We decided to cover the rear wheel because it gave more of an Art Deco feel. And this is some headlight development. We decided to go with the bottom middle one. These are some front and rear light renders. This is some grille development and grille designs that I proposed to the clients. They decided to go with the bottom one. And there's some of the features of the car on like how the doors and the bonds open. This is a wheel inspired by our steering wheel. And this is a CAD version of it. These are some renders of the vehicle. This is a package with the DMO Legend and the BMW i3 powertrain.
This is the initial interior design for that vehicle. The second vehicle, I tried to keep it fairly simple, following the Art Deco aesthetic, and there was positive feedback from the quilting on the door. I moved on to the component design, starting with the steering wheel. I tried to get a retro futuristic design. However, this was not the most ergonomic initial design. I tried to therefore develop that within CAD. This is the development. However, if the wheel was to whip out of place, then that would injure the user, so it needed a little more resolution. Upon that feedback, this is the updated steering wheel I produced. I then moved on to door card design and tried to take the teardrop motif from the exterior and develop the quilting as well. There's a colour and trim render of that. And then I moved on to seat design. The problem with the first and third design is that it wouldn't have fit into the package, and therefore I developed the middle one as the most Art Deco design seat. Sorry. This is the ergonome within the seat design, along with all the dimensions to show it would fit within the package. And it's a Photoshop render developing that previous component design. And here we have the CAD model with all of the components brought together.
So this was the exterior of Shahid's design, looking at the way the surfaces flow into one another from the bonnet to the side to the rear fenders. And the bottom left one was a finished one with the badges and the headlights and the rear lights. Looking to the renders, we got a bit of feedback from the client saying they like it in black with a two-tone colour. So they're the two renders that I've went for. And a bit in situation.
This is our HMI design. We've got a HMI sheet to show how it all works, and we also have an animation to go with that. So it's the vehicle's exterior, and then the interior that will go with it. Then we have our HMI design with all the animation. So we've got navigation, menu, media controls, phone controls, and vehicle status. Then we've got the second vehicle exterior and the accompanying interior design to go with that. The user experience storyboard, the user will approach the vehicle and then the motorized handlebar will come out so that similar to how other luxury vehicles have it. It will be a suicide door, biometric ignition, start-stop, multifunctional tactile interface so that even though it is minimal design, you don't lose any functionality. And then there's this accessory integration to go with it.
For the accessory, I chose to create a travel bag. On this page are 2-in-1 bags, which are a little bit more modern. And on this page are some more retro bags, which look a little bit more luxury. I took one from each page and developed them into these versions. And this is the final design. A little bit more luxury, has custom pattern, and is made from mushroom leather. The client liked the retro look and how it feels it fills the car storage.
This was, as a custom vehicle in a low quantity, it's a very personal experience whenever you purchase it. Therefore, there is a showroom for that. As it is the Dutch demographic, I've decided to go with a very Dutch architecture interior design, and here's a rendered showroom to go with that. There we go. Thank you.